Welcome back to the Morning Scramble, everybody. I'm excited to introduce this next guest to you. This is Dr. Paul Mittman. He's joining us this morning, and he is the president and the CEO of the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine. And you've got some tips for us regarding eating healthy through the holidays, exercising, nutrition, and doing all this stress-free. So my question to you is, how is this possible?
Well, the first thing to do is to exercise, and do what you love. I was on a bike ride this morning. That's why I'm dressed the way I am now.
Very nice.
And I think the key for people when it comes to exercise is to really find, what is it that you love to do? What is it when you were a kid that you just adored doing? And for me, it was riding a bicycle. So being on a bike doesn't really feel like exercise, but it is good exercise. I lost 35 pounds.
Did you really?
Yeah, over 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Ever since I got back on a bike. So that was, and so for some people it's playing a sport, some people might be running or swimming or even just walking.
But with the holidays right around the corner here, and I'm kind of seeing myself go through this right now where, I know that you got to put yourself first. However, I'm thinking, well, I've got to start shopping, I've got to start wrapping, I've got to start party planning. How do I fit this all in?
Yeah, well, a little bit of time. It's sort of like when people are talking about how to save for retirement. They always say, pay yourself first. It's the same kind of thing. You have to have enough energy to take care of your family and take care of other people. And so reserving a certain period of time, it could be early in the morning. For me, it was 5 o'clock this morning on South Mountain. So
wow,
it might
that's your me time?
Yeah, that's my me time. Yeah, the rest of the time is doing this, going to work, etc.
No, and it's important, like you said, put yourself first. What about eating for the holidays? I think that Halloween is the official kickoff, and I know come January 1st, I'll probably get on that scale going, oh, hi, 10 pounds that I've missed over the past year, and it's right back, and tonight kind of seems to kick the whole thing off. What do you suggest?
Well, I learned a great tip from a nutritionist. His name is Jeff Novick. He's in Florida, and since I'm going to share this, I should send kudos out his way. A lot of the weight gain that we get over the holidays comes from overeating and eating really rich foods. And so the key is to eat foods early in a meal that make us feel a little bit fuller, or satiety. And so you'd think you could have foods with a lot of calories or rich foods or bulky foods. And of the three, bulk is what makes our stomachs feel full.
Okay.
Because it presses out on the walls of the stomach. So bulk and weight. And so think about when we go to a restaurant, the first thing that we eat is either bread with butter, which is high calorie but not bulky, or we eat chips, which is a lot of calories and also not bulky. And so the thing to do is to eat the things like a salad first. We'll do that. It expands in your stomach, kind of fills you up a little bit. Another thing would be soup. Because soup has a lot of weight. The combination of liquid and whatever is in it also makes you feel full. The other thing is, if you're at home and you're eating a big meal, for Thanksgiving or over the holidays, you can start with before you get to the main, the entree part of your meal, is eat the salad part, eat the vegetables first, so that your stomach, is already pretty full. And by the time you get to the entree and then dessert, you probably going to eat it anyway, but you'll eat a little bit less. Tone it down
a little bit, right?
And that's really the key to eating less and either losing weight or maintaining the same weight over the holidays.
So bulk foods, and then another thing that I heard, and you tell me this, but before I would sit down to a meal, especially when I was trying to watch my weight, was I would drink a big glass of water, like you said, like the soup, just to kind of fill you up a little bit. So that's the same thing.
Right.
Good to know. Stress for the holidays. Help.
Yeah, that's a big
Can you see it on my face already?
Yeah. I think, and we'll just stick with food, is that we tend to do too many things at the same time. And if we could slow things down and try to do one thing at a time. So a good example would be when we're eating, and I am guilty of this as well. I eat, I read, I put the computer on, I have the TV on, listen to music, and all of those things happen, and we're not giving ourselves a chance to breathe and relax, and sort of slowing it down and saying, all right, I'm only going to have 2 distractors on at the same time. or driving in the car and not talking and just experiencing, how beautiful it is to be in Arizona in the wintertime. Not even listening to the radio. There's a thing called mindfulness. They call it mindful meditation. It's out of the University of Massachusetts. And there's a tremendous amount of research around when you just kind of remove all of the distractions and take time to breathe and just absorb whatever's going around you, whether it's the scenery or the food that we're eating. A lot of times we eat a meal and we're halfway through and I don't remember I don't even remember eating.
It's just
kind of automatic and doing it. And so the idea of slowing that down is a way that it has an effect on our adrenaline and on our hormones, that it helps slow things down. Inside, it helps lower blood pressure, and it helps with stress.
All good tips and great information to know. And like you said, sometimes we speed up at this time of the year, and the best thing we can do is just kind of take a step back, reflect, appreciate, be thankful, and just realize what we're doing to our bodies and to ourselves. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was very nicely said.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mittman.
Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, thanks everybody. We'll be right back after this.